everyone, Letty here. Welcome to day 14 of my Christmas in July Christmas Crafty series. I am going to be smashing a 6x6 mega pad, Echo Park, The Magic of Christmas. Welcome back, everyone. So for hashtag PPP Christmas in July, I had previously used this collection to make some little decorated bags. It was so fun, so I'm bringing it back out. It's The Magic of Christmas by Echo Park. This is a little 6x6 mega pad, so it's like a double 6x6 pad in one. It's very thick, has 48 sheets. So I had seen these 3x3 cut-aparts in this pad, and I wanted to use those for today's project. I do have two different patterns of these sheets. So you've got that first one, and then you've got this one. So a total of 24 different 3x3s. And so I still have lots of stickers left over that I also want to try to use today. And I do have some 4x4s and a few scraps in my stash from this collection from when I first started with this kit. And so I brought in the December 2021 Sheetload of Cards by Call Me Crafty Al because it has this little focal image right on the front for a 3x3 portion of paper. And I thought instead of adding a paper with a sentiment, I would just add one of these little 3x3 cut-aparts. And so I have the Sheetload. I will link Alicia's channel down below so you can get access to it. I think I'm going to alter the little panel at the bottom and make it the full width of the panel. I'm going to shift the little 3x3 to the center for symmetry. So we'll see what else I make, but I know for sure I want to do this sheet load with these 3x3 cut aparts. That's what first kind of inspired me to take this pad out. I'm going to break down my paper. I'm going to cut up these and start prepping for my cards, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I have already cut up my 3x3 cut aparts. For these cards. I ended up with 24 of them. And so my next step is these are the scraps that I had left over. The next step is going to be to kind of finish cutting down that paper pad. And as I was going through and pulling out the sheets, I realized I didn't really have a ton left over. And I felt like I maybe just want to smash the whole thing. So I have 20 pattern papers left over. These are double-sided 6x6 sheets. So I have 20 of those that have like patterns on both sides that are not cut apart. Then I have 6 sheets of 3x4 cut aparts that have some kind of 3x4 cut apart on them. And one of those sheets has 4 different cut aparts on it. They are double-sided as well, so I could always use the back side. But this is what I have so far as my little cut aparts. And then I also have some solid sheets. I have 9 of the solid sheets. So that's one of the differences between the mega pad and a regular pad. Megas have solid panel, like solid papers. So that's one difference that in case you've never purchased a mega pad. And then I also have 3 sheets of these sentiments. So that's just a ton of sentiments. So we will cut them up. I'll see what I can make with that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to smash these 38 sheets of paper. I'm going to use up these 3x3s to make a sheet load of cards. I've got some stickers. I'm going to use these extra 4x4s. We'll see what I can make using The Magic of Christmas by Echo Park for the 6x6 mega pad smash, which will also have a sheet load of cards and some other projects. We'll see what I make. So I have already done my 24 cards for the sheet load. I'll do a full recap in just a bit, but let me show you what I have left so you can see what I did with my scraps. So I have 3 sheets of those cut aparts, and these were the 3x4 cut aparts, but this one had 4 on each page, so 12 there. And then I have 4 sheets left of the double-sided pattern paper, so 2 of each of these two, the one with the presents and the one with the trees. So I'm just showing you like the A and B side. So these are my full sheets that I have left. I have some scraps left over from the other set of cut aparts. I have the tops left over. And then I also have pretty much all of the word sentiments. So I have those. And then I have a few scrap strips that I'll also be able to utilize. And some of these could go inside of the cards, but I'll see what I do with those first. And then I have some solid paper scraps as well in a couple of different sizes. So those are my scraps after making the 24 cards for that sheet load. I do also still have the sticker sheets. I have not dipped into that, or the 4x4 cut aparts that I had still in my stash with some additional scraps. So let's move into a full recap of everything I made and what I had left. So this is Echo Park's The Magic of Christmas. This was a 6x6 mega pad. I had started it with my first project, which were those decorated bags. I also made some scrap cards, and then for hashtag Crafty Goals 2023, one of my goals is to smash small paper pads. So I figured I'd go ahead and smash the pad. I also did smash the entire sticker sheet that I had purchased with this kit, as well as the 12x12 sheets. This is all that remains. I have one little branding strip. I have a few of the sentiments, a couple of scraps of the solid cardstock. And so that's what I have left that I'll keep in my stash. But otherwise, I feel like I've smashed it. I did make my December 2021 sheet load of cards. I made 24. Here is a side-by-side comparison of what my card ended up looking like compared to the sheet load itself. And so you see here, I did center my 3x3 cut apart. I did use a cut apart instead of pattern paper. I have the little, I'm covering up the little holes from the branding strip there. I didn't get a chance to show you that, but I did end up covering them. So I utilized every little bit of that paper except for, again, those little scraps that you saw right there in the back. So I had made 24 sheet load cards. These are Christmas cards, and I do have little scraps on the insides of the cards. So I made sets of 3s. So we've got every set is going to be 3 exactly, because that's how many sheets came of the same design in this pad. So these are the different designs that I have. I use some red cardstock for some mats. You see here, I also use some white cardstock, also some silver cardstock. It's like silver metallic cardstock. So I just used different colors of cardstock to do my mats, just depending on what I thought might look best. So those were my 24 sheet load cards from the December 2021 sheet load. I also made 7 scrap cards using those 4x4 cut aparts. I just added a little section at the bottom. I definitely added some scraps on the inside, including some of the stickers just to finish off that sticker sheet. Here are my 4x4 scrap cards that I made using those 4x4 cut aparts. So these are A2 size, but I used the 4x4 cut aparts. And then I had some scrap cards that I made with the 3x4 cut aparts. And so I layered the 3x4 cut apart on a mat. I had little squares that were 3x3, and I sliced them in half and then put the 2 triangles on opposite ends. So 37 total cards. I also made 4 3x3 sticky note holders. In a previous tutorial, I showed you how to make these. So I had some extra little scrap stickers and things like that left over. So I just made some of these little sticky note holders. I used the sentiments that came from that sentiment sheet. So I made 4 of those. And then I made a ton of these 3x3 Christmas gift tags. And so I made 35 total. I just cut a piece of cardstock that was 3x6 to make a 3x3 card. I layered up some paper mats, including mats on the inside. I stamped to and from on the inside. I added the string just to kind of tie, just to make it like a little tag. So this is basically the same design you would use for a 3x3 card. The only difference is you put to and from on the inside, you punch a hole, and you add some twine or ribbon. And so I did do a little distressing on the edges of some of the little mats that I put on these 3x3 cards. The mats are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I kind of like having that little 1/8 border all the way around. So these are so easy to make. I've done a few videos, even just during this crafty series, where I make 3x3s. You can make these tags so easily. I had some of my final pattern papers left. I just cut them down to 2 3/4 squared and then added them to the fronts of these little cards. And then I just, again, pushed a little hole, punched the hole, added the twine, added my to and from on the inside. Here are some very much that look the same. So just a ton of these. So this was a 6x6 mega pad smash. This was The Magic of Christmas by Echo Park, 48 sheets, double-sided, 6x6. For the hashtag Crafty Goals 2023, because I want to smash paper pads. And then, of course, for hashtag PPP Christmas in July, which is my Christmas crafty series that I'm doing all month long to do a little bit of inspiration each day. Here's a link to my playlist where you can get even more inspiration. I hope you're enjoying this series. Happy holiday crafting!